We are now live. Hey players, welcome to another live stream here on my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh. Every single week I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories, teaching you how to be your best self. And in this live stream, I'm going to be walking you through 5 magnetic traits that will make your crush desire you. These are things that you can do day to day that your crush is going to observe and just be like, wow, there's something about this person that's different, something that's unique, something that stands out. Now, I don't want you guys to think these are just average, typical dating coach tips. It's far beyond dating coach and dating level. This is about developing a sense of being that is just magnetic, that attracts people, that makes people want to be around you. And I think your crush is the one person that you probably want to develop a relationship with, so it's going to go hand in hand in really building that connection you have with them. Now, before I get into these points, I want to give shout outs to all the early birds in the chat. So if you're in the chat right now, if you're someone that's watching this live stream, first of all, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't. And second, jump in the chat and say, hey, I want to give shout outs to all the early birds. Let's see who we got in here. Let's see. Hamish is in here. Hamish, good to see you, man. Star Wars Nerd is in here. Zachariah Henry, Rage Master, Grisella Nathia Zablet, Dan Animations, Yancey's in here. Andre, Judah Rondez, David Bowles, Dustin Downs. Dustin, good to have you in here, guys. By the way, Dustin has a YouTube channel. You guys should definitely check out his channel. Dustin, if you want, link to it in the chat so people can check it out and explain a little bit of what your channel's about. Gamer Boy Carlos, Guimi, maybe I said that correctly. David Degenhart. I want to destroy generic glyphs. Good to have you, man. Mendy Levy is in here. Benjamin Contreras. Stuart Douglas. Always a pleasure to have you, Stuart. Dono the Gamer. What's up, my man Dono? Naja Williams and Jacob Williams. No relation, I think. Atlanta Boy is in here. Joseph Cordova. I can't even read. NO3DR12. No. I don't know. Udo's Balls is in here. Jack Stevenson. Anonymous Gamer. Let's see. Yancey is in here. Kenyatta Phillips. I think I got most of the people. Benji Lan Ginger. Good to see all of you guys in here. I'm super excited to talk about this topic because I want to dive into these things. Literally, I was, before I went to sleep last night, I was lying in the bed and this idea of the live stream just popped in my head. So I said, oh, perfect. I want to talk about these concepts because I feel like these different types of things can really help you, like I said, build that magnetic attraction with your crush along with other people you want to just be around and get closer to. Now, before I move into the points, again, I do want to say if you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, that thing's not popping up, but if you have a burning question, this is something that is on your mind that you just need to ask me the question. You need my answer right now while I'm live. You can always use the super chat function, donate $1, $2, $5, whatever it is you want. It'll put your question front and center. I'll stop what I'm talking about and I will dedicate time to answer your question. I do this for every burning question. So if there's something on your mind, feel free to kind of get my attention so I can help answer you. Also, guys, I do want to say, for those of you that know, I have a book called Embracing the Awkward. I have it right here. It's called Embracing the Awkward. It's available on Amazon. Some of the things I'm going to talk about in this stream are covered in this book. I talk about how to communicate better with people, how to build friendships. I'm trying to hold this so you can see the book. How to build better friendships, how to let go of anger, how to control how you feel. I talk about my own personal experience and journey in here, and then just give you some very practical tips on what you could do to kind of work towards embracing the awkward. It's a guide for teens, so if you're someone that's in high school, college, middle school, this is the perfect book for you, even if you're post-college, because I talk about my finding my path and purpose after college as well. So definitely check out the book. I think you'd really, really like it. So I want to move into the first point here, guys. I'm super excited to have you guys in here, and let's just jump right into it. Shameless book plug. It is a shameless book plug, but because the ideas tie in together, I figured let me bring it up. Okay, let's move into point number 1 here, guys, and that's this. We're talking about 5 magnetic traits that will make your crush desire you, and the first one that I believe is important is to show your crush that you're passionate about something. A lot of times when people have a crush, they don't really think a lot about, well, what can I bring to the table that will show them that I'm an interesting person? You know, we kind of hope that our crush is just going to like us in the way that we just like them. But I think a big part of it is setting the stage to give your crush a reason to be interested in you. And they'll have more of a reason to be interested in you if they see that, wow, you care about things. You're really into playing guitar. You love acting and making YouTube videos. You have a really good relationship with your friends. You care about volunteering. You care about going to church. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, let that come front and center. Let your crush see that that's something that matters to you. Because I want to explain to you guys the importance of passion and how that affects other people around you. Let me kind of walk you through that. So when you're passionate about something, when there's something that you really like, and people observe the level and degree that you care about that thing, it makes them kind of look at you as someone that's dedicated, someone that's caring, someone that sticks to their guns. And that's the perfect kind of impression you want to set in front of your crush. That's going to be the magnetic pull that's going to pull them in. They're going to think, wow, like this person is really, really into that thing. They're really dedicated. They care about it. It means a lot to them. And it's going to show them that you are the type of person that when you like something and you want to do something, you will stick to it. You're a loyal person to what you care about. And I think a lot of people, like I said before, they kind of forget. They forget that, wow, part of what I talk to my crush about when I show them is how they're going to kind of get an opinion of me, how they're going to start to observe me and view me. So, they just kind of hope that their crush is going to figure things out, but it's way better to kind of start to show them that. So something I want to jump in here, guys, and ask you guys is, we'll do a chat poll here. It's not a yes or no question, but I want to know what you guys think. Jump into the chat and share your answer here. What's something that you're passionate about? Something that you love doing? Something that, if your crush found out, wow, you're really into that, you'd be proud of sharing that. You'd be proud of talking about that thing. I know for me, something I'm passionate about is helping people and making videos. I love interacting with people. I love hearing their stories. I love sharing advice and things I've learned throughout my own life. And I love just kind of taking time to create a space where someone can open up and share their thoughts and their feelings. So that's something I'm passionate about. And what I've learned over the years is that people who have observed me doing that kind of really want to be around me. They gravitate towards me. They feel like, wow, Josh is a really cool guy because his hobby is really interesting and he's really into it and he's dedicated to it. And I see people kind of wanting to be in my presence because of that. So I want to know what some of your guys' passions are. What are some of the things that you guys really, really enjoy doing? And if you don't really know, if you're not really passionate about anything, jump into the chat and say so anyway. Say, hey, I'm not really sure yet. I'm still figuring that out. Let's see. Andrew Dominguez says, I love listening to music. Awesome. Music is a wonderful passion to have. I love playing Red Dead Redemption. Ravage says, I got my third rejection of quarantine. Best achievement of a boring break. Sorry to hear that, Ravage. Amdom says, medicine and helping people. That's awesome. Those are really awesome passions to have. Joseph Cordova says, I love studying origami and helping people. Those are awesome, awesome passions, man. Origami's pretty cool. Benji Leon Ginger says, movies, I'm literally all I'm known for. So you are like a movie buff. You know everything there is to know about movies, which is a really cool skill to have. Anthony Quentel says, my writing I've spent months on. Yeah, dude, you are all up on your writing, just making these really cool stories, man. So keep at your superhero universe, man. I'm excited to see what you put together. Donna says, I'm passionate about storytelling, programming, and animating. Awesome, Dono. That's really, really cool, man. Yeah, dude, you kill it with your gifts and stuff in our Discord, I gotta say. Dono gave a $2 super chat, £2 super chat. So let's jump in. Let me highlight Dono's here. Oh, this thing isn't working. But anyway, Dono, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Dono says, I'm passionate about guitar. I love it. Dono, that is Dono. Hamish, I apologize. Hamish, thank you so much. That's amazing. I'm really, really happy that, I know that you love playing guitar. I've seen some of your video clips and heard some of it, and dude, you're really into it. And I got to say, it's awesome. Yancey says, hey, Josh, what do I do when I feel so stressed about too much work and chores? Yancey, I hear where you're coming from on that. I think the way that you kind of deal with stress and chores is you have to kind of try to portion out your day. So if you're going to do a chore, let's say you're going to sweep or clean up your room, spend 5 minutes and just kind of breathe and relax and then go into the next chore. If you just kind of do everything back to back, you're going to steamroll yourself and just get really tired with it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Whoa, that is a huge amount. I truly appreciate it. That is insane. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. By the way, guys, let me give you a little shout out about his channel here. On his channel, he created this kind of animated series with Snivy, I always forget how to pronounce it, and Pikachu. He kind of is doing his own animation of like his own Pokemon series, and it's really, really cool. The animation is like off the hook, I gotta say. It's like, and he's been working hard. He put out his first episode not too long ago, so you should definitely check it out. And he's working on the second episode, so you should definitely watch it. He said, something I love doing is making YouTube videos. Seriously, Josh, who doesn't? I am 100% with you on that, man. Making YouTube videos is just such a fun thing to be able to create something that people can love and enjoy and comment and interact with. I think that, dude, I think you're doing an amazing job with your channel. It's really, really cool. I know that there are tons and tons of, my hair's all weird. I gotta get a haircut. This is a sign of a haircut, guys. Yeah, I know, like, there's so many Pokemon fans out there, so I think what you're creating is something that really, really fits that community well. And I really, keep up the good work, man. Thank you again for the $50 super chat. That's an insane amount of money. I really appreciate that. I'm going to keep moving on here. Oddcraft says, I'm passionate about improving myself as a person and making YouTube videos. I know Dono. I read your name Dono, and then I meant Hamish. I meant Hamish. Okay. Yeah, Oddcraft, I'm passionate about improving myself as a person, making YouTube videos. Yeah, that's really good, man. Gumi says, I'm passionate about languages. I love them. Dude, learning languages is an awesome, awesome skill. Let's see. I'm just going to read through them quickly. I'm passionate about gaming, showing love. Both me and my crush are awesome bowlers. You guys are a really cool and interesting crowd, I have to say. Like, you guys have such interesting and unique talents. You're artists and designers and musicians and game players and movie cinephiles and bowlers. Like I said, and I've said this in the past, it's like people feel like they're not special, like there's nothing unique about them, but like, think about some of the things that you care about, some of the things you're passionate about, and that's a clear sign that, you guys are just really awesome people and you bring a lot to the table. Ashes and Roses says, I used to make a lot of YouTube videos before I deleted most of the videos on my channel. That's okay. Look, sometimes you make videos and you change, your thoughts change, the direction of the channel changes, and sometimes you want to private things, delete them. That's totally fine. But like I said, guys, being passionate about something is going to draw your crush in more. They're going to really see that you care about something. And, everyone, I think, wants to be around someone who is working towards something bigger, right? No one really wants to be around someone who has no aspirations, no goals, and doesn't care about anything. When you're around someone that cares about something, it's enlightening, it's fun, it's exciting, because you know that person is always thinking and being creative and always trying. So if you really want to build that magnetism around your crush, really find something you can be passionate about and demonstrate that. Talk about it. Live that lifestyle in front of your crush. I want to jump into the second one. Once again, I want to say thank you again, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, for the $50 super chat. That's insane. But I appreciate it. I truly, truly appreciate it. Let's jump into the second point here, guys, and that's this. The second magnetic trait you're going to want to display is to be curious about life, new ideas, and interests. Guys, this is something that I think a lot of people take for granted, but when you're around someone that is very curious about life, is very open with learning things and trying things and making mistakes and taking chances and getting messy. When you're around someone that really enjoys that atmosphere, you're really gonna feel like you're in a position where this person's not going to be negative, this person's not going to be mean or judge you or think you're weird, and your crush is going to pick up on that energy too. If you show this curiosity for life, your crush is going to feel like they can be open around you. They're going to feel like they can talk to you. They can share things with you. They can ask you to try something out with them, right? If you're that type of person that if your crush says, "Hey, let's go bowling," and you're like, "No, I don't do that," then they're going to not want to associate with you. They're going to feel like they can't try and do new things with you. And you always want to create that environment where you're open to doing things. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to do every single thing that someone recommends or suggests, but you have this openness to life. You have this openness to kind of try things and learn from them. And that's another thing that's going to really magnetize your crush. It's going to pull them in towards you because they're going to feel like you're someone who is up for adventure. And I think most people enjoy adventure. They enjoy adventurous people because, look, there's a safety in doing the same thing all at the same time, doing the same thing every single day and always, right? But when someone comes in and they're like, "Hey, let's try this thing," there's a sense of comfort that comes along with it. You know that if you fail, you're not failing alone. You're doing it with someone else, and you both can have a good laugh about it. And displaying that around your crush is going to show them that this is someone I want to be around, I want to approach. Now, let's jump into the second. I'll do another chat poll here. Second chat poll. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. But would you say that you are a curious person in terms of trying new things or learning new things or kind of opening yourself up to new experiences? Yes or no? Would you say you're a curious person? I want to hear what you guys have to say. I would say I'm a curious person. I love trying new things. I don't think I really have this kind of lockdown attitude of like, no, that's stupid. No, that's childish. No, that's weird. I'm very open to things. I love hearing about people's interests. You know, I know some people are interested in all kinds of things, right? I know last time I did my Instagram after party, a kid came on, he was talking about how he's part of the plush community on YouTube. He makes plush videos. You know, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon makes Pokemon animation videos. So, you know, like there's so many interesting hobbies and things to try out there that I feel like there's no reason to kind of be closed off. But some people are. And a lot of times that comes from nervousness, that comes from fear of being judged or people thinking you're weird for liking or trying something new. Well, if you want your crush to kind of be more attracted to you and be more into you, then show them that level of curiosity. Show them that you're interested in learning, especially about the things that they like, right? If they're into certain TV shows or certain musical artists or doing certain activities, be open to listening about it. Be open to talking about it, understanding it, just really understanding them too. So I asked you guys, do you consider yourself to be a curious person? Here's what you guys had to say. Benji Leon Ginger says yes. Forrest says yes, I'm a curious person. Andrew Dominguez says probably no. That's okay. That's okay. Joseph Cordova says yes. I don't even... NO3DR, how do I pronounce that? Like, what is the right way to pronounce that? Says yes. Dono says yes. Dr. Lavarch says to an extent. I think that's totally fine too. Andre says, I'm up for everything, especially talking to people and helping them out with their problems because it helps me cope with my own problems. I hear you on that. Yeah, being able to talk to people and open up to them and also giving them space to share their own, you know, challenges and stuff is a great way to build a connection with them. We're going to get into that point a little bit more later on, but for now, I think like that curiosity about life really kind of opens the door for your crush to want to be around you and want to get to know you more. Judah Ronda says, yes, I love being a risk taker. IB learner profile. What is IB again? I forgot. Ashes and Roses says, I'm very curious, but there are some areas where I won't go through. That's fine. Sam Leach says, hey Josh, it feels like my crush has changed in a way that she seems like a different person. It really sucks because I thought we had an amazing connection. How can I cope with this? So you feel like your crush has changed, she's different, and I think sometimes when we feel like people are changing and we don't really know why, we don't understand the reason why, I think a big thing is to kind of, look, it's possible something may be going on in her life, something at home, something in school related, something friend related. The best thing you can do is to kind of let her know that you're there to talk to her if something's on her mind, and the more of an open space you can create, the more honest hopefully she'll be over time. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, thank you again for the $10 super chat, man. I wish it would pop up. I don't know why it's not popping up here. Yeah, see, they're not showing for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, it should pop up on the bottom there, but alas, it is not. So Pokemon Mystery Dungeon said, I'm more of a nervous, not curious person. Yeah, so I hear you on that. And let's talk about that for a little bit, guys. If you feel like you are more of a nervous person and not really curious because you're afraid things might go wrong or you might know how to do them or people might think you're weird for them, I think it's okay to feel nervous about certain things and to not feel comfortable. This isn't a matter of like, put all your nervousness aside, just get over it. That's not what this is about. What it's more about is kind of having a willingness to kind of learn about things, right? So things that might be kind of nervous and scary sometimes, a big part of it is that we don't really know much about it. So if we can take time to kind of learn about it, it might make it easier for us to be around it or to be around people that are doing that thing, and then eventually to maybe participate in it. So I think displaying that for your crush, even just that curiosity about that thing, right? Let's say, like, for example, you are terrified of skydiving. Like the idea of jumping out of a plane with a parachute, you know, it's just terrifying. No. But your crush is totally into it. Let's say they want to go skydiving. Well, you might want to tell your crush, you know what? I'm kind of nervous about that. It's kind of a scary thing, but like, what is it about skydiving that really kind of drives you? And they may tell you, I love the rush. I love the fear along with the excitement. I love just free falling through the air and having the wind blow in my face. Like, learn about it. And that level of curiosity is going to make your crush want to open up more to you, want to share more with you. You're going to build that magnetic trait with them. And they're going to really, really feel like, wow, this is someone that is really into just kind of like learning about what matters to me. And I think that's a huge, huge takeaway here too, guys, that, you know, if you really want to get with your crush, if you really want to get closer to them, have that willingness to listen to them and understand them. It's going to go a long, long way. Now, I want to jump into the chat and see what some of you guys are saying here. I'm curious what some of your guys' thoughts are on these two magnetic points that we've shared. Jump into the chat right now and share them away. Let's see. And Dono says, we need a hype emoji for when people donate. We do need a hype emoji, Dono. I'm going to try to add one on. I think that if I get another channel member, it'll allow me to add 6. I know that as you get more channel members on YouTube, I figure I'll put it up here. As you get more channel members on YouTube, you get more access to emojis. So I think currently I only have access to 6 emojis, but the more channel members I get, the more emojis we can get. So speaking of that, guys, if you want to become a YouTube channel member, you want to be part of the community here. If you look at Dono and Hamish, each of them have a little icon next to their picture and their little sunglasses. But also, Dono is posting different specific Josh Speaks emojis that we have here, which are the ones featured up over here. If you want to become a channel member, all you have to do is click the join button. Join button will be right next to the subscribe button on my channel. Or where else would it be? If you go to the joshspeaks.com/join, it'll take you, I believe that's the URL. It'll take you to the YouTube channel member page where you can join for $1, $5, $10, whatever it is. You'll get access to all the cool things that everyone's kind of getting access to here in the live streams. So check it out, guys. It's 2:53 a.m. there. Jeez, man, that's pretty late. Thank you for staying up, I guess. Hamish says, if you're not a Chad, you should be alone for the rest of your life like me. Hamish, I totally disagree with that, man. I'm not a Chad. I don't think most of the people in here are Chads. I think we're all normal people with normal interests, normal lives. We have our struggles, we have our differences, but we're just trying our best. And that's all that can ever be asked of you, Hamish. I know that each and every day you try your best. Some days are harder than others. Some days you're excited and happy. Some days you're down and you're sad. And that's okay. And those are normal feelings to have. But ultimately, every day that you wake up and you're able to carry through the day and you try to be kind, try to be understanding, try to not beat yourself up, you're doing your best. It's something you must kind of really just take in and understand, guys. It's so important to realize that you don't have to be a certain way in order to get closer to someone or to build a relationship. You know, it's like there isn't an on and off switch where it's like you're either this or you're not. Communication, connection is something that we build with other people. It's something that we can learn to work on and improve, like this live stream, right? We're learning little techniques and skills, little things we can do better to build a better connection and relationship with our crush. So I want you guys to really, really consider that. I want you guys to understand that. Christian Barron says, what would you consider a Chad? So, my understanding of what Chad is basically is a guy that he's won the genetic lottery. He's tall, he's muscular, he's got a chiseled jaw, he's got full head of hair, muscles, all the typical things maybe that a supermodel type of guy would have. That to me would be considered a Chad stereotype there. But most people aren't like that. And if you look around you, most people, not most people, but there are a lot of people that are not Chads in relationships, that are in healthy relationships, that are in healthy relationships, that are talking and interacting with people, because there isn't one type of person in this world that succeeds, right? There isn't one physical look that succeeds. It's just not realistic. I saw a message here. I missed it about the book. Oh man, I missed it. I saw someone that said something about the book. Oh, here we go. Ashes and Roses. Man, it's sweating. I'm sweating all on here. It says, Josh, I bought Embracing the Awkward 2 days ago, and I'm just curious, how much is it in there about interacting with crushes? That's a really good question. Thank you for purchasing the book. When it comes to interacting with crushes, there is a whole chapter dedicated to it. Now, the other chapters also kind of talk about the topics, but the whole chapter, say, dedicated to like crushes is this one, chapter 5. I know it's hard to see, but creating healthy relationships. And I talk about how we're all a little scared of the people we're interested in, how to get over that nervousness, keeping the conversation going, lowering your expectations, and meeting people where they are. And then I give different exercises in there. So that creating healthy relationships is kind of the relationship focused chapter. Sorry, guys, I'm really, really hot in here. The relationship focused chapter, but then there's building confidence, there's managing and overcoming rejection. There's a lot in here, recovering from failure. There's a lot in here that really dives into how to build a better relationship with your crush. So I would highly, highly recommend reading it if you just purchased it. Darkest Night says, I hate life. Just hate myself. I hear you on that, Darkest Night. I mean, I know it's really tough for you, man. It's tough because you feel like you have a lot of things working against you, and I understand that. And I think the key is to the key is probably to think about, it's like, here's the thing. It's that I do have a fan in the room, but I feel like if I turn the fan on, then it's going to interfere with the noise and the audio. And I don't want to have like a humming. Although it might be all in my head. Maybe if I turn the fan on, you won't pick it up in the mic. I got to test it out one day and see. Anyway, it's very easy to focus on our flaws and our negative aspects and the things that we lack. But I think that if we can start with the simple practice of gratitude, and that simple practice might be waking up and saying, I'm grateful at least that I'm here in the morning, I'm alive. And every single morning, if we can practice saying that, then we can maybe start saying, I'm grateful for the fact that I can walk. I'm grateful for the fact that I can have a meal in the morning. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a roof over my head. And the more we kind of practice this level of gratitude, I think we start to shift our focus away from really harping on our negative attributes and the things we're lacking to really recognizing the positive ones that we have. Because it's very easy to overlook the fact that we have a roof over our head. Very easy, right? It's just there. We just kind of forget it. It becomes background to us. But if we can really dive in and we can really recognize that, hey, I have these different things. I have the ability to talk to someone. Maybe I'm kind of funny. Maybe I'm an interesting person to be around. Those positive qualities, will start to discover them through practicing gratitude. Azim, thank you for the $2 super chat. Azim says, Josh, can we chat tomorrow around 9? Yeah, 9 your time would be 10 my time. So yeah, we can definitely chat tomorrow morning. For those of you guys that don't know, Azim is a champion level member on Patreon. So every single month, me and Azim video chat one-on-one. So if you're someone that wants to, become a champion level Patreon, just like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon did. Welcome to Champion. Welcome to becoming a channel member, man. I truly appreciate having you on board, dude. I'm excited. We can resume our monthly video chats and stuff, dude. Let's make it happen. I want to move on to the third point here because I notice I'm falling behind. But Ashes and Roses said, keep the hype going. Dono is going to gift that, I'm sure. Just one more question about the book. Then I will focus on the stream. Does the book also go into shy crushes? Does it go into shy crushes? I do talk about shyness in the book, but I don't talk specifically about shy crushes. I have videos on that about how to interact with shy crushes, but when you're shy or when you're interacting with someone that's shy, in the book I talk about how to kind of get people to open up, how to get people to feel comfortable around you. So I think that I do go into that degree. Okay, let's move on to point number 3 here, guys, and that is this. Thank you again, Pokemon Mystery, for being a channel member, champion level member here on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. Point number 3 is this, guys. We're talking about the magnetic traits that will make your crush desire you, and here is the third one. Develop really good storytelling skills. Now, the reason why I included this one is because one thing I've learned over the years is that if you kind of suck at telling stories or sharing things, it's going to be hard for your crush to keep the conversation going with you. They're going to feel like it's a real struggle to talk to you, or it's a real struggle to get information or anything out of you. So it's going to be hard for them to kind of want to talk to you, because every time they do, they're going to be kind of worried that how do I keep this conversation going? What do I say? So I'm going to dive more into that point here, but I want to say thank you again, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, for the $2 super chat. It does mean a lot to me, man. I hope that, one, I hope that it's okay that you're donating that much money. I hope that's okay. And 2, I appreciate having you part of the community, man. I really, really do. Don't forget the hype emoji. I will not. I'm going to set up that hype emoji. I'll figure that out after. We'll get that going. But back to that third point here, guys. And that was saying develop really good storytelling skills. Now, what I've learned, like I was saying, what I've learned over the years is that if something has happened in your life, let's say you have a crazy story from something you and your friends did, or something really crazy happened at school, being able to tell that story in a way that's engaging and fun, and you can add a cliffhanger in there, is stuff that your crush is going to get pulled into. This is something that I practiced over the years. It kind of took me a little bit of time to realize how to share stories better. When I was younger and I would tell people about what happened, it'd be like, oh yeah, this thing happened to me and my friends, and that's it. And I'd keep it very brief. I'd keep it very short. And there was nothing for my crushes to follow up with. There's nothing for them to ask me after, nothing for us to kind of talk more in depth about. So as I've gotten better at telling stories, and you guys have probably seen some of my storytime videos. I have a bunch on my YouTube channel. So just search up storytime and you'll see a whole bunch of my storytime videos. My first girlfriend, getting rejected, all these kinds of things. I almost died several times. Lots and lots of story times. But learning how to tell a story is going to make your crush want to talk to you more, right? So if I were to tell the story about how, I always go back to the story about how I got friend zoned, like the worst friend zone experience I ever had. If I were telling that story to, actually, maybe I wouldn't tell a friend zone story. Okay, let's say I was telling a story about how I fell in an open grave. This really happened, guys. Look it up on my channel. One time I fell into an open grave, right? If I was telling someone that story, I would tell them that story as if it just happened to me yesterday. I would be like, oh my God, you will not believe what happened. So I was running around and stuff. I was in Boy Scouts. We were putting flags in the soldiers' graves for Memorial Day. And my friend's mom just thought it was smart she saw that the gravestone wasn't fully set and it was kind of half ajar. So she decided to move it and open it. And there was this piece of wood and me and my friend were running around and I just ran right on top of the wood and fell right down. Now, as I tell the story, I would use my hands. I would express the emotion. The whole point there of being interactive when you share that story is that, you know, your crush is going to feel invested in it. And that's the magnetic pull. If you can get someone invested in the story that you're telling, they're going to want to hear more from you. They're going to want to talk to you more. They're going to want to know what happened in your life, know what's going on. And I think that's something that all of us can probably work on a little bit better. How do we share our life experiences? How do we talk about ourselves, the things that we like, without downplaying it, but actually lifting it up, right? Like, I wrote this book, Embracing the Awkward, right? Imagine if someone's like, oh my God, you wrote a book. That's so cool. Why'd you write it? And I went, I wanted to write a book. I thought it'd be cool. And that's it. It's like, it's hard to follow up from that. But if I'm like, listen, the reason why I wrote this is because I saw a real need to kind of collect a lot of my thoughts and ideas and outline them step by step for people that feel awkward, people that are struggling through those kind of hard years of their lives where they're figuring themselves out. I wanted to provide that resource for them. By sharing it like that with a bit of care in what I'm talking about, it's going to build that magnetic pull towards your crush. Now, this is where I jump back to you guys. Let's do the chat poll. Oh, wrong one. Let's get a chat poll going here, guys. I want to ask you this, yes or no? Do you think that you are a good storyteller? Do you feel like you are someone that when something crazy or something you want to talk about, that you're good at sharing those stories? You're good at talking to people and telling them what's going on in your life. Darkest Night says, I'm a good storyteller. Doesn't matter. My conversation skills and game are really good, but doesn't matter. They shut me down without giving me a chance. I'm sorry to hear that. So if you're talking to someone, just casually talking to someone, and you're telling them a fun story, they just shut you down in the middle of the story? That seems pretty odd. Why do you, like, what is it that you could be talking about that they would just shut you down? You said, but if they're not attracted, doesn't matter. Well, I mean, we're not talking yet even about attraction. We're talking about magnetism, where people want to kind of be around you, want to talk to you, want to interact with you. If you feel like in the middle of talking to someone, they just up and leave, then it's possible what you're saying maybe isn't as interesting, right? It may not have anything to do with your looks, because you can be a not attractive person who is a really good storyteller. There's so many people out there that are, right? Like, that's a thing. Okay, so I asked you guys, do you consider yourselves a good storytellers? And here's what you guys had to say. The chat's going a little slow. Okay. Let's see. Forrest Veneer says yes. Andrew says sorta. Jaden says no. Hamish says himself. Ashley says, I suck at storytelling because I put in too many details. I hear you on that. Yeah, Ashley, that's an important thing too. You want to make sure that you're not dragging on too much, that you can kind of keep things short and sweet, but also kind of add a little bit of a punch to it. Sam Leach says, I have a really bad problem with stuttering, and in social situations, it makes storytelling and making jokes much harder. Yeah, I hear you on that, Sam. If stuttering is something that you struggle with, definitely it can be hard to tell stories. I don't know if you've ever seen my video with Jose Perinian, Sam. He's a person who is a motivational speaker, and he has a stutter, and it's pretty prevalent in how he talks. But he's a stand-up comedian. He's a motivational speaker. He is on podcasts. He's all over the place. Jose Perinian, look it up on my channel, because I did an interview with him. And he talks a lot about how to manage that feeling nervous about your stutter and feeling like that interferes. And I think maybe he can share some insight that I can't, but I think he definitely has a lot of wisdom to share on that. And Jaden says, yes. Star Wars says, meh. Dono says, no, not at all. Dono, you are an awesome storyteller, man. What are you talking about? Dono says, I can write stories, but I can't tell people stories, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying. Because, dude, you just kill it with jokes and memes and all this kind of stuff, man. You craft a whole experience when you're around. Let's see. Ashley says, my sense of humor is really dry, so I suck at joke telling and storytelling. I hear you on that. Let's see. Star Wars Nerd says, I mean, not all women like Padme. Anakin said he killed men and women and children too. Padme called in love with him. No joke. The reason why Padme fall in love with Anakin in the book, I hear. Oh, I never read the book. I didn't know that they made kind of book versions of the episodes. I guess episode 2, right? 2 and 3. Mainly 2 is when she fell in love with him. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out. Anthony says, has the Discord been plugged yet? It has not. I'll plug the Discord in a second. Hamish says, my stories suck and so do I. Hamish, that is the farthest from the truth, man. You tell amazing stories. You told me some crazy things that have happened with you on the farm, things that have happened with you with like animals, and like you've told me some pretty crazy stories, dude. I think you're a really good storyteller. I think a lot of times where we struggle with telling stories is that we feel like what we're saying isn't worth listening to or isn't important. So we downplay the value of what we're sharing. But I think that if the person, this goes back to what I was saying before, if your crush sees that you're passionate about what you're talking about, they're going to get pulled in. They're going to sense that magnetism. They're going to want to interact with you more. So you have to kind of, I guess, first and foremost, believe in what you're talking about. Believe what you're saying. Believe in your own energy as you present it. I think that's going to help with that magnetism. But I think I might do a video on that. I think how to share a video on kind of how to share your life experiences in an interesting way. I don't think a video like that will probably do very well on YouTube given the algorithm and everything, but I do think it's an important video, so I definitely will add it to my list. I love making videos that I think can be really helpful. Some of them don't do well on YouTube, some of them do. That's irrelevant. What matters is helping people here. So I'm going to definitely make a video on how to share your story in a better way. Let's see. Hamish says, I'm about to cry my eyes out. I'm missing my friend after his death. Hamish, I hear you on that. You know, it's been a week, and I'm sure it's been a very, very tough week for you, man. So I appreciate having you as part of the community, and I hope that, there are a lot of people that want to help support you. Hamish, by the way, Imani, if you remember Imani, she told me to reach out to you and let you know that she's her condolences. She cares for you, and she wants to know how you're doing, man. Darkest Night says, I wish love was that easy like Star Wars, but you know that Disney's and Hollywood love doesn't exist. The closest thing to it is being a Chad. I wouldn't say being a Chad and Disney love is the same, but I guess I understand what you're saying. I think Disney has a romantic way of telling love, but I wouldn't say the closest thing to that is being a Chad. I would say the closest thing to Disney love, actually, maybe you're right. Maybe you're actually right, Darkest Night. Maybe a Chad may just have this easy opportunity, whereas in Disney movies it may seem like that too. Maybe there's an argument to be made. Andre says, I think I'm a great storyteller and writer or whatnot, but I feel like often the conversation turns awkward without me wanting it to, no matter the topic. That's interesting. So I guess you'd have to kind of explore what is it about the conversation that turns awkward. Is it that the other person doesn't really interact, doesn't really respond? Do you feel like it's one-sided? What do you think can kind of lead it towards that feeling awkward? Let's see. Azim says, sometimes it seems like girls, especially hot girls, don't care about nerdy stuff. Yeah, Azim, I hear what you're saying on that. I think that a lot of times our interests are kind of influenced by our surroundings, and what you may find that correlation between hot girls and nerdy stuff is not there, because a lot of times things that may be considered nerdy, like superheroes or Star Wars and all these different types of things, really rely on the fantasy aspect of life, right? Like this kind of expanding your imagination into this realm of fantasy. And I think for a lot of people that hang in cliques where superficiality may be the driving factor, there isn't a lot of fantasy in that world, so there isn't an overlap. Right? So it's like they're more focused on, oh my God, how do I look? Oh my God, who am I hanging out with? Oh my God, who's going out with you? They're more focused on the superficialness of it. And there isn't a deep connection to the fantasy part of life and the expansion of imagination, right? They kind of lose that piece of imagination, which is kind of sad. General Grievous is a Chad. I hate the term too. I hate that term too, Dono. Chat is a funny word. Okay, so let's jump back in, guys. Let's move to point number 4, and that is going to be this, guys. We're talking about five magnetic traits that will make your crush desire you. And I think this is an important one, guys. Be honest and genuine about your thoughts. Now, I feel like I need to explain that a little bit because people think, okay, being honest means just brutally saying whatever you want. And that's not exactly what I mean. When I say to be honest and genuine about your thoughts, what I mean is doing what you can to not put yourself in the friend zone, doing what you can to not limit or downplay your feelings and your thoughts, and doing what you can to stand in your ground for what matters to you and what you believe in, right? Being honest might mean, hey, telling someone, hey, I think you're a pretty cool person, and standing in that energy, right? A lot of times people are nervous. Do I see Krispy Kreme? Yeah, there was a Krispy Kreme box in that stock photo I used. But standing in that energy, guys, standing in the energy of really feeling what you're saying and believing in your words is going to make your crush feel like, hey, this is not a person that beats around the bush. This is not a person that is lying to me to tell me what I want to hear. This is the person that tells me how they genuinely feel. And something I've learned over the years is that the more honest you are with people, the more genuine you are in sharing your thoughts, the more they want to be around you, because we want to be around people that are going to really tell it like it is, that are not going to sugarcoat things and lie to us, right? We don't want to be around fake people. We want to be around honest people. And I think that if you can work on being more honest with your crush. Now, if you're nervous around your crush or you're scared to talk to them and interact with them, it's harder for you to be nervous. It's harder for you to kind of stand in your own ground and be like, hey, I like you. I think you're cool. But I want to jump in and do a chat poll. But before I do that, I think I saw I hit the link here and I forgot about it, guys. I want to give a shout out to our awesome Discord. We are on the road to 600 members. We're almost there, guys. At 600 members, we're going to do a really cool giveaway. So definitely join the Discord. This is an open community. It's free and open to everyone, guys. It's just an awesome place. We have some really cool moderators. Anthony's a moderator. Dono's a moderator. The other Anthony in here is a moderator. And we just have really, really fun conversations. A lot of interesting, fun memes. A lot of memes about me that Dono makes in there. But it's just a really cool place to make friends, to interact with people, to share your thoughts. We have a board on mental health. We have a board on that you could just vent and just express your feelings. We have a board on dating. We have a bunch of different games in the Discord. It's just a really cool place. I would highly recommend joining, guys. I jump in there from time to time and I join the conversations. Yes, that is Discord light mode. Yes, everyone hates me for it. But the mod team is okay, I guess. They're okay. Yeah, it's just an awesome place, guys. I'd love for you guys to join the joshspeaks.com/Discord. That's the invite link right there. So definitely join the Discord. But as I was saying, on that fourth point of being genuine and being honest when you talk to your crush, let's get a chat poll here going because I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you feel like you can be genuine and honest when talking to your crush? Or do you just get too nervous? Do you just kind of freeze up and not know what to say to them, or backtrack on your words, or downplay what you're saying, right? I know back when I was younger, I did that all the time. I'd get so nervous about talking to my crush that I would just minimize what I'd say. Be like, oh, hey, I'm sorry for bothering you. I'm sorry, I wasn't, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I would always apologize beforehand before I actually, did something confident in front of them. Why do you want to change his voice? Whose voice? Oh, Andre says, if there was one thing I would change about Josh's live, his voice to be like Morgan Freeman. Well, Andre, that's the type of voice that I would have if I was, I don't even know if that's a good Morgan Freeman. Let's freeze. My camera freeze on me? Let me know, guys, if the camera froze. I think it froze on me. Froze. Why did it freeze? All right, hold on. Let me try to close the camera and put it back on. But swap this for now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I'm using my Mac camera for now. But yeah, it's weird that it froze. Never froze before. Anyway, guys, so we'll get the chat poll back up here. That's just okay. Hold on. There we go. Let's get the chat poll back up here, guys. I asked you guys, do you feel like you can be honest around your crush and just open up to them and talk to them and share your thoughts? Or do you feel nervous about it? Do you feel like it's not something that you can do, or you just really, really struggle with? Okay, we're back. Here's what you guys had to say. Azim said yes. Nodar, I don't know, said yes. Hamish said yes. Andre says, I love debating and sharing points of view, opinions, so I think I am. Stuart says, you know me, always honest with smatterings of comedy. Dude, you're funny. You're a funny guy. I gotta say, you know, you're fun to talk to. I enjoy our conversations. Hamish says yes. Hamish says froze. Everyone said froze. I think I'm back now. Let's see. I think you got a little cold in your room. Maybe. David says, I'm downplaying what I say. Yeah, David, so that's another video that I have planned in the future. I've done videos in the past, which is like 5 words you should never say, 5 phrases you should never say. That's going to be something I'm also going to do a video on. 5 things you're saying that's killing your confidence in person. Maybe I'll change the title, but it's going to break down those things. Apologizing when you want to ask someone a question. You know, like asking if you can ask a question before you do. So saying, hey, is it okay if I ask you a question? You should just ask the question directly, because prefacing it by saying, can I ask you a question? You're showing the person that you're not sure whether or not you could be talking to them, or you should be reaching out to them. So we do a lot of these things instinctively that kind of downplay our own value, make us feel scared or nervous or weak. And I want to help you guys kind of work through that. But I saw yes. I see Hamish says yes. Yep. So a lot of you guys do feel like one more person till 600. Whoa, one more person to 600, guys. Who is going to be the 600th person to join the Discord, guys? Who's going to be it? Who? I missed the New Day. I missed them a lot. Anyway, let's keep moving, guys. Let's get to point number 5 here, and that's it. So like I said, really just work on that, building that honesty with your crush. It's going to go a long, long way. Tip number 5 is this. The 5th magnetic trait that will make your crush desire you is to display compassion and make the effort to understand them. Guys, being compassionate towards your crush is going to create an atmosphere where they can open up to you, where they can be real with you, where they can genuinely be their real honest self with you. And this is something not a lot of people offer. When they think about getting closer to their crush, they think, what can I do to make them like me? They never think, what can I do to make this person feel comfortable around me? And I think building that comfort, yeah, I saw the New Day loss, man. But listen, I give Cesaro and Shinsuke major props because they are awesome. So I'm kind of happy they won. Anyway, so displaying that compassion and making the effort to understand your crush is going to be that magnetic force that pulls them in. They're going to feel like, wow, this person gets me. This person listens to me. This person understands me. And that's going to be the real key piece, guys, to being that magnetic pull. It isn't about just, like Darkest Night would say, it's just, just be attractive. It's about way more than just being attractive and attracting them. It's about, you can bring them to the door. How do you keep them there? How do you make them feel like you're someone worth opening up to? How do you make them feel like you're someone interesting to talk to? You're someone caring. You're someone understanding. You have to work on displaying those traits, guys. You have to work on displaying that if you want to really build that magnetic energy that draws your crush to you, that makes them desire you, that makes them really, really want to kind of be in your presence. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what this is all about. Building an atmosphere where your crush thinks you're an interesting person. They see you as someone they can open up to. They see you as someone that cares about things. They see you as someone that's willing to listen to them and be understanding. If you can work on building all of those different traits, you're really going to kind of create that huge atmosphere where your crush can look at you and go, wow, this person is different from everyone else. They're not this shy, boring, closed off type of person. They're someone that genuinely is a good person that I want to get to know. Anthony says, the Discord has hit 600 members. Guys, yes, we did it. 600 members on the Discord, guys. Thank you. Let's keep that number going up. Everyone else who hasn't joined, let's get 601, 605, 610, 700. Let's go. The goal is we're going to get 1,000 members soon. Let's see if we can get 1,000 members by the end of 2020. We can turn 2020 around. No, we can't. We can hopefully turn it around by hitting 1,000 members by the end of the year. I think it's possible. But thank you guys for 600. That's awesome, awesome, awesome stuff, guys. So I want to walk you through these points again, but first I want to do a chat poll when it comes to that, being compassionate and understanding your crush. I want to ask you guys this question. Do you feel like your crush, do you feel like you're in a place where your crush can open up to you and share things with you? Or do you feel like you guys just kind of have this very casual, simple friend type of relationship and they don't really share a lot of personal things with you? I want to know where you guys stand. I'm really curious. I'm going to read some of the comments in the chat here. Says Dr. Lavarch says extroverted women love to hear themselves talk. Getting them to talk about things they enjoy discussing helps in building attraction. Absolutely. People who are extroverted loves to kind of share their thoughts on things. They love to offer their perspective. So if you give them the space to kind of talk and open up, they're going to really enjoy that energy. You're going to help build that attraction, definitely. Suleiman Kutlu says, Josh, can I share something about the topic? Absolutely. Just jump in and share it, man. Darkest Night says, social economic status matters too. It does, I guess. So if your crush is in a high-class family and you're an average-looking dude and middle-class chances are she won't look at you unless you're a Chad. I guess that depends on the society that you live in. I feel like, but maybe I'm wrong, I feel like in America, I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I feel like in America, we kind of aren't in that space a little bit. So maybe your socioeconomic status might play into like the type of school you go to. So let's say you go to a private school and you're around private school people. Yeah, maybe then you're going to kind of only want to date people in that environment. But I feel like as you get older, it kind of evolves a little bit where it's like your socioeconomic status can kind of be different, right? Some people might have higher salaries or lower salaries, live in good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods, come from wealthy families, not wealthy families. And somehow like attraction and love and care and fulfilling those emotions and needs can sometimes take precedence over socioeconomic status. But I have to do more research onto that. I can't really give a definitive answer. Suleiman says yes and no. Yes, because if you opened up things already, she likes about you, she will feel confident enough. But if you didn't share anything she likes yet, she might be shy and comfortable. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think you make a good point. Ashley says, when I get to second base, I will open up a bit more and let her open up a bit more. That's a good policy. I think that second base for you, it's like you guys feel like you maybe are a little bit closer, so it might be easier for you to kind of create that space. Stuart says, don't have a crush, but I am very approachable to the people I'm close with. I hear you on that, man. I think that's a good way to be. It's like the people you're closer with, the easier it is for you to open up to them. Dr. Lavarch says, never marry below your socioeconomic status. If you divorce, you are screwed out of your money. Never marry out of divorce. Okay, so I guess what you're saying is that if you are someone who is a bit wealthy, I don't know, maybe you make a certain amount of money, you're saying don't marry someone maybe outside of that kind of bracket. So let's say you make $100,000 a year, don't marry someone that makes $50,000 a year. Is that kind of what you mean? Sam Leach says, I do think so. Problem is, I worry that my genuine compassion will come across as fake and people might think I'm just being manipulative. Sam, that's a really interesting point. I think that sometimes there's a fear of being genuine because people might think that you're fake. And I think the way that you kind of get past that, right, the way that you kind of allow people to see that you are just being yourself, you're being genuine with them, is try to focus more on just listening and learning and giving people the space to open up. Maybe it's less about always talking about yourself and more like, hey, you know what? Tell me about yourself. I'm curious. I want to learn. Because then they'll start to see that you are there to hear them out and to understand them. And that might kind of lower their defenses, and they may feel a little bit more like, wow, this is a person that I can talk to. Let's see. Forrest says yes, and she sends me heart emojis. She calls me sweet for thinking about her. Does that mean she likes me? It's hard to say. Sometimes people send heart emojis and they're just doing it in a friendly way. So I wouldn't always take that as a sign of romantic interest. Instead, what I would do is this. If you feel like you like her and you feel like she's sending you these heart emojis, ask her out. Ask her out, because that's going to be the best indication as to whether or not she's going to like you. Now, I'm going to jump in and review these 5-point guides before we get to our mindful moment here. But I also want to say this, guys, right after this live stream, literally right after, which is going to end in a few minutes, I'm going to jump over on Instagram for the Instagram after party. Head on over to Instagram. Follow me at the Josh Speaks, guys. What I do in the Instagram after parties is pretty cool, pretty laid back, pretty relaxed. I love to bring you guys on to video chat. So if you want to video chat with me then and there on Instagram, jump on the live stream, request the video chat, and I'll bring you guys on. I love talking to you guys. So head on over to the Instagram after party after this. All the cool kids are going to be there. I'll see you guys over there too. Let's jump in to the 5 points here, guys. We're going to walk through again the 5 magnetic traits that will make your crush desire you. The first point being this. Show your crush that you're passionate about something. If your crush can see that you genuinely care about something, whether it's playing guitar, whether it's bowling, whether it's movies or music or designing or art, let your crush see that things matter to you. Because, you know, if you are interested in something that is fun and exciting, your crush is going to see that you're someone that's loyal, someone that's caring, someone that's dedicated, someone that is thinking ahead, is thinking forward. And that's a very attractive trait. It's very attractive to see someone that cares about something because not a lot of people do. So you will stand out from the crowd if you are passionate about something. Number 2 is this. Be curious about life and new ideas, and be curious about life, new ideas, and interests. Guys, if you can genuinely be open to learning, being open to discovering things, being open to, just exploring the world around you, your crush is going to feel like, wow, this is someone that really genuinely cares about learning, about growing, about understanding stuff. Darkest Night said looks, height, money, status, game, personality. Sorry to say, Darkest Night, but those aren't magnetic traits. Those are more what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot the term exactly, but those are more social status driven traits, not so much magnetic traits that you can build on. I'm talking about traits you can build on. So being curious about life and new ideas is going to allow your crush to really see that you are open to new things, meaning you might be open to stuff that they like. You might be open to trying things out that they're interested in. They may feel like it's okay to share things with you. It's okay to try things out. It's okay to talk about things with you. So I think that it's incredibly important for you to kind of have that curiosity about life. Socioeconomic, I don't know if they're all socioeconomic because looks and height mainly aren't socioeconomic, while money, status, and game are. I mean, looks, I guess, could probably fall into it. I guess if you get surgery, plastic surgery, and things like that. But anyway, separate point. Be curious about life, guys. Try to explore new things. Your crush is really going to see that as an attractive quality. Third one is this. Develop really good storytelling skills. The better you can get at sharing your stories, about talking about things that are important to you in life, about, just really kind of expressing the things that have happened to you in a fun and exciting way, it's really going to allow your crush to kind of want to enjoy your presence. They're going to feel like, wow, this person always has something funny to say, something interesting to say. I just like being around them. I like talking to them. I like listening to them. So you definitely want to kind of really highlight that. You want to highlight your stories and get better at storytelling. I'm going to do a video in the future breaking down how to get better at telling stories, but for now, just focus on thinking about the things that have happened to you in your life and how you can talk about them in a more positive and interesting way. Number 4 is this, guys. Be honest and genuine about your thoughts. Now, people look at honesty and genuineness when it comes to expressing your thought as being brutally honest, but when I say be honest, I mean stand your ground for what you say, stand in that, and stand in really feeling like I can be expressive, I can be honest, I can share what matters to me, and I'm not nervous or scared about what this person's saying. I'm not nervous that my crush is going to think I'm weird. I'm going to be happy about it. Like Azim was saying, it's like he may like certain nerdy things, but super hot girls may not like that. Well, if you're honest and genuine about it, well, then the girls that are open and interested will be open and interested, and those are the ones that you'll attract. And guess what? Those are going to be the ones that you enjoy talking to the most. So be honest and genuine about your thoughts. And number 5 here, guys, is this. Display compassion and make the effort to understand them. If you can really, really kind of be more compassionate towards your crush, give them the space to share things, to talk, to, just really kind of open up about how they feel and what they like and what matters to them, then they're going to want to do that more with you. They're going to want to share more with you, because creating a space where a person can feel safe and where they also can be honest with you is going to allow your crush to just want to be in your presence, be in the energy that you're exuding. And that's going to be the key piece, guys. Creating that environment where your crush wants to be around you. Now, what I want to do is jump into our mindful moment, guys. This is the point in the stream where we kind of take a moment to think about and reflect on the things that we heard and we learned in this stream. So I got my bell right here. And what I want each of us to do is to close our eyes. We're each going to, for 10 seconds, we're just going to think deeply about how we can kind of express ourselves in a way that can be more open, honest, and genuine with other people. I want you to think deeply about that. Think about what openness, honesty, and being genuine looks like for you and how you can express that more. Let's think about that together, guys. For me, how that looks is telling people how much I care and appreciate their honesty with me. Letting people know that it really does mean a lot to me when people can share things. And I respect that, and I admire it, and I appreciate the comfort that people have with sharing things with me. So that's how it manifests for me. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. This was an awesome one. Thank you to everyone that became a member and donated super chats. Thank you to Pokemon, Mystery Dungeon for becoming a channel member, and the huge super chat donation. I really appreciate it, guys. I appreciate having every single one of you in this community, even you in Darkest Night, all of you guys. And what I want you to do is check out the videos over there on the side after the replay goes up. I think they'll be super helpful to just add on to this topic and to keep the ball rolling so you can work towards being your best self. I'll see you guys over on Instagram for the Instagram after party. As always, guys, love and peace. See you guys then.